Good morning, guys. Well, it's a wet and gloomy and cold Sunday morning here in Maryland, but I hope everybody is still doing very well wherever you are. Yeah, I was just recently asked about the guitars in Cebu, and my confession is that I still haven't gotten over there to see them. All the many trips that I've made to Cebu, I haven't made it over to. Hey, Jenny, good morning. I haven't made it over to Mactan to visit the guitar makers. So I'm going to try my level best to do that this trip. I'll be over in late November and early December, and I hope to get over there and check those out. So what are you guys up to on this fine morning in Maryland, evening in the Philippines? Thank you, Jenny. Yeah, kind of rainy and nasty here. Yeah, I heard there was an earthquake in the Philippines too, by the way. Not too long ago in Mindanao, I think. But Mira said she felt it in Cebu. I don't know who else may have felt it. Where are you, Jenny? Where's your place? Ah, yeah, I bet you did feel it there. It was pretty close to there, I think, right? You know what they call that, Cotabato? Cotabato? Yeah, so Mira, my girlfriend, she said she felt it up in Cebu City. So that's pretty long ways from there. Actually, I was tracking a typhoon that in the original forecast. Oh, your parents were there. Oh, that's cool. Hope they're okay. So I was looking at this typhoon, and it was predicted originally to turn into northern Luzon. But then the last time I checked it, they had changed the forecast track to go up to the north, which is good, away from the Philippines. Yeah. right. So don't forget to hit that like button. Give it a thumbs up. Hey, baby. Just speaking of mirror. And my eye on the PE to you. Yeah, so it's cold and wet. It's raining and it's cold in Maryland. So I'm ready to get on that plane and fly to Cebu. So a little more than a month from now. So soon, very soon, I'll be getting on that plane. Come to where it's nice and warm. So what's the weather like in Mira right? Mira, what's the weather like in Cebu right now? Hey, Apple from Beirut. How are you? Yeah, morning in Washington D.C. I guess it's afternoon in Beirut, huh? I'm not sure what time it is in Beirut right now. And then Jenny's in Davao, so that's evening there, same as Mira. Hey, Steve, hello to you. Rosita, how are you? Happy Sunday to you. Fly me to the moon. And Jenny says she was in Beirut for 4 years. Hey, Josie, good to see you. So this morning we were talking about the weather here in Maryland. It's cold and rainy. I didn't want to get out of bed. I had the covers pulled up over me and it was cold. So tell me what's the weather like where you are? of course, it's Ask Anything Sunday, so if you have a question, feel free to ask. Here in Butuan, Rosita, heavy rain, huh? Okay. There's a Butuan. Is that in northern Mindanao, or is that the one up in Luzon? Winter Wolf. Well, glad to see you here in Key Largo. Yeah, I wish I was there. But in a month, I'm going to leave and go to the Cebu, so it'll be nice there too, I hope. So, like I said, we're talking about the weather. Let us know where you're from and what the weather's like there. What's going on in Beirut? What's the weather like there? Is it hot? Here in Maryland, it's rainy and cold. I don't like it. The older I get, the less I can tolerate the cold weather. Makes my bones hurt. Yeah, so I'm going to be coming back to Cebu. And then Mira and I are going to go over to Siargao and go fishing again. This time, maybe we'll catch some fish. The last time, all we got to do was see a whale. But hopefully we can catch some nice big game fish while we're over there. Coffee for me, Winter Wolf. Coffee and water. Yeah, I'm the coffee drinker. Mira's the tea drinker. She drinks the tea. Yeah. I make the coffee. I have a little, actually boil water, and I have a little cone-shaped device with a screen in it, and I just put the beans in there, and I pour the boiling water through there, and makes a good cup of coffee. And I use the Starbucks Pike Place roast. And I have the whole beans, and I grind the beans right before I put it in there. So it makes a pretty yummy cup of coffee. I kind of got started on that years ago, and yeah, baby, I was just going to tell them. I kind of got started on that years ago at Ayala Mall. They have a Starbucks, and I I like to stop there and get a cup of coffee, get energized for today. Yeah, I guess it is high end, but what the heck? I mean, I really only have 1 or 2 cups a day, and once I grind the beans, that's enough for 2 cups. So I'll just make the first one. I'll make another one after we finish up here. But yeah, I enjoy it, and I don't do that every day. That's just on the weekends. During the week when I'm working, they have coffee at the office, so I won't have a cup of coffee until I get to the office. That's where I have my first cup. So, food shortage? No, I don't think so. I haven't heard of any. And you can look at me and see I don't have any shortage of food. Either here in Maryland or in the Philippines, either place. I haven't heard of any food shortage. Actually, and I buy the beans right at the grocery store. Or the last time I did. I suppose I could buy them from a Starbucks store, but I don't, not normally. Normally get the coffee beans right at the grocery store. So nice weather in Key Largo. Heavy rain in Butuan. We haven't heard the report from Beirut yet. What about Cebu, baby? What's the weather like there? I haven't checked. I did notice on the. I'm a former Navy guy, so I checked the typhoon forecast at the Navy site. Good night, baby. Sleep well. 1930s coffee grinder, huh? By what? Like I guess by hand. I wouldn't mind having one of those either, because they still work during brownouts. And no problem. Mira's using Globe on her phone, so where she's at, the don't always get the best signal. Yeah, I wouldn't have mind having one of those. I remember a while back, quite a few years ago now, I guess, 2015 or something like that. Um, I was living in Minglanilia, where my family was, and I went to the mall there, and I could not find a coffee grinder there. Maybe if I went into Cebu City, Robinsons, or someplace like that, I might have been able to find one, but I couldn't find one. I actually had to grind it by hand with mortar and pestle. You know, that worked too. Actually, crush them with a spoon. They grow and roast some good Arabica coffee in the Philippines too. The local stuff was pretty good, actually. I forget what brand it was. It was in a blue foil bag. Um, Mountain grown coffee, something like that. It was pretty good. Ah, eBay. Okay. I guess Amazon might work for that as well. Huh? $100. Well, I guess because it's an antique, huh? So what else is going on out there in the world, there, folks? Ah, I see. I see. So you just grind it as you need it, huh? And the beans feed down. Okay, I think I get it. Sounds pretty cool. Sounds pretty cool. Yeah, I haven't heard from Raquel in Hong Kong, um, and I'm wondering how things are going there. I know the with the protests and everything going on, it's probably been pretty tough for her. 2 years for me. Yeah, Northern Mindanao, huh, Rosita? Yeah, that's what I thought. So you have heavy rain there. You're actually not too far from Cebu. Butuan, you're not far from CDO, right? See, I'm not looking at a map, so I can't really get my bearings. But if what I recall, I've never been there. Seems like a nice place. Butuan. I've never been to CDO either. Yeah, not too far. Cool. Yeah, 2 more years to retirement. I got to be 66 in 2 months. I think it is. Hey, Robert, good to see you here. Just got back, huh? Yeah, it sucks coming back, right? I'm headed over. I'm towards the end of next month. I'll be on my way back to Cebu. Going to do some fishing in Siargao, and I got a trip scheduled with. I'm going to take my kids fishing in around Cebu somewhere. We haven't figured out yet exactly yet where, but yet where we haven't figured out exactly where yet. But but yeah, so a couple of fishing trips, and I do want to make it over to Mactan and see the visit the guitar makers, see if there's any. A lot of people have been asking me what are the guitars like in Cebu, and I can't answer them because I haven't played any. So I need to get on over there and try a few of them out. Hey Troy, good morning to you. Yeah, so I'm excited to do that. There's also a place on Mactan Island called Maribago where they have a pump boat wharf, and I figure we can probably find a skipper over there that can take us out fishing for the day or half a day or whatever. A couple of good days I planned there. So that ought to be fun. I got a couple of fishing rods, portable ones that collapse down for the kids and stuff. And um, now remember, when I say kids, we're talking people in their, you know, late teens, early 20s. They're not babies. But it'll be fun just to spend a day and, you know, dip the lines in water and get them wet and stuff. But over in Siargao, we're going to do some deep sea fishing like the mahi mahi that I caught a couple of years ago. And the last time Mira and I went, we were skunked, didn't catch any fish at all. Did see a whale, though. That was cool. But so I'm hoping that we'll have better luck fishing this time, this trip. So I kind of got that planned out as well. So Winter Wolf says he retired 2017 from DHS. Yeah. So where are you now, Troy? If you're back from Cebu. Oh, I'm sorry, not Troy. Robert. Robert, you said you just came back from Cebu. So where are you now? I'm soliciting weather reports from everyone. So tell me where you are and what's the weather like there. Here in Maryland, it's cold and rainy. I don't know what is it. 13 degrees C here in Maryland. So what is that in F? 13 times 1.8 plus 32. It's like 55 degrees F here in Maryland. 13 C, which is pretty cold, especially for the Philippines. So So where are you guys, and what's the weather like where you are? Yeah. Three 1977 Yamahas and never played. You know, the best way to learn is to go get a teacher, um, probably. If you find a good teacher, the teacher will approach your playing based on where you're at and what you're done, what your motor skills are, and all those kinds of things. To be honest with you, it takes a lot of practice. It just takes practice, and it takes time. And you learn it over a period of time, and that's the way it works. Um, so you have to. I would also have the teacher look at your three guitars in terms of action and what your physical skills are, your motor skills, and determine which one would be the best one for you to start on. All guitars are not created equal. And I always tell people it's like trying on shoes. You got to make sure the guitar fits you. They make them in a variety of shapes and sizes and all kinds of stuff like that. So having a guitar that fits your body, that you can reach, you can comfortably finger, and then yeah, I would stay away from the 12 string at first and start on one of the two 6 strings. The fingerings and everything are the same on all of them. So yeah, it doesn't really matter too much. But whichever one fits you best, and get it tuned up. Yeah, acoustic. Yeah, they make different. I would restring them with some new strings. Um, if you're just starting out, I think it's Martin that makes a variety called Silk and Steel. I don't know if they're steel string acoustics or nylon. I often tell people start with nylon because it's a little easier on your fingers. But if you can't, if the guitar wasn't made to have nylon strings on it, then Martin makes these strings called Silk and Steel. They're fairly easy on your fingers. Hey, Ray, congratulations, man. So Ray's girlfriend is pregnant and they're going to have a baby. Congratulations to you, buddy. That's cool. Hey, Ronald. Yeah, it's morning here in Maryland. It's cold and rainy. What's the weather like in Davao? It's evening there, or yeah, about 9:29 p.m. Yeah, I don't know what you would have down Winter Wolf. I don't know what you'd have down there in um, Key Largo. I'm not sure what like. I would look for a music store or something like that. See if you can find a teacher. Real Philippine life. What made me start a YouTube channel? Well, the YouTube channel started when, to be honest with you, the reason that we made the YouTube channel in the first place is that when my wife and I got married, um, my wife was from in Cebu and I was in Maryland, and our two families couldn't get together, so we decided to make a video of our wedding and post it on YouTube so that my family here in Maryland could um, share the wedding. So anyway, that's what made us start the YouTube channel, and then we just started vlogging, and then when Vivian passed away 2 years ago, um, you guys, the subscribers, fans, um, egged me on to just keep doing it. So I keep doing it. Now it's just like kind of second nature. I just do it. I don't even think about it. Yeah, I just well, thank you. Yeah, I just keep chugging along, man. So I do everything on either this what I'm talking to you on right now is um, a Chromebook, Samsung Chromebook, has the built-in camera and all that kind of stuff, and I just go live and everything works. So I like that. And then the so anyway, I do everything else on the GoPro. I just I got a bonus from work, so I bought a GoPro. That's where Vivian and I started, and uh, I don't know what StreamYard is, but I just do what I do, man. That's it. All right, Johnny. Yeah, it takes all kinds, doesn't it, man? So it takes all kinds. Where are you, Johnny? You in the Philippines or in the States or wherever? Australia, something? Uh, all right, guys. Hey, Renee. Yeah, I still have about 2 more years to go before I retire. So, but then I'll be in the Philippines at least half the year, maybe half a year in the Philippines, the other half in Maryland. They have expression here in Maryland. They call it snowbirds. That's when the weather starts getting cold up north here. People will have like a second home in Florida or Arizona or someplace like that, and they'll travel between the two twice a year. So um, I'll probably end up doing something like that. And my second home will be in Philippines. So I already have my stepchildren and everything living there in Minglan, so I think we're going to renovate a building we have there, and so um, that's kind of the plan. Plans are always subject to change. Um, you know, so but yeah, that's kind of what's going on. So I'm still working, so I got another couple of years to go before I can retire. So that's um, that's the plan, kind of the plan. We'll see. It's best to keep all your options open. Hey, Ronald. All right, Ronald. Will you enjoy it? Stay warm. Hey, Ray. I've never applied for my girlfriend to come. Ray, we were already married, and so I did the I-130 form with USCIS and applied for Vivian's citizenship and everything, visa, all that kind of a package together. Um, in terms of I think the I-130, in terms of being the least amount of hassle, is the I-130, but it takes a fair amount of time. The other thing is, if you're not already married, you can use I think it's a K1 visa. And my understanding is they go a little faster. But the thing is, once you arrive, you have to get married within 90 days, I think it is. And so you have to look in there. Just look up, actually, if you just Google search K1, it'll come up. And I would use the information on the government websites, because that's going to be accurate. The other stuff, I'd be careful with. Oh, yeah, and Davao, that's right. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah, so I did the I-130 with Vivian, and although it took about 10 months for the whole process to play out, it's matter of fact, if you go back through the old videos here on the channel, it's all documented, even when Vivian arrived in the U.S. and everything else. I don't get into too much of the details of filling out forms and stuff, but to me, they were fairly straightforward. But if you have any trouble with that, if you're not comfortable with that, then there are places that you can pay to do it for you. I don't know, $300-500, something like that, and they will take care of that for you. There's a lot of fees involved with the government. I think and of course, not counting the airfare from the Philippines to the U.S. Figure it's going to cost you a couple $1,000 for sure. So hopefully that answers your questions. Any more questions, guys? I'll take one. Hey, you're welcome, Ray. Well, guys, thanks for coming by to chat. I appreciate it. I had a real good time. And y'all enjoy the rest of your day, or have a good evening if you're in the Philippines. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. God bless you all. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.